weekend game plan gets out into the community with Suburban Newspaper sports editor Mark Lidbetter and the Amateur Sports Report.
All right, sports@thesuburban.com is the email address if you want to get in touch with Mark for this segment or for the weekly Wednesday newspaper around the island of Montreal. Mr. Lidbetter, we are short on time, so let's get right to it. Where do you want to start? Baseball.
Yeah, we'll hit the ground running because for the second time in 3 years, Quebec were gold medal winners at the U21 Women's Invitational Championships. Quebec earned the gold medal in Stonewall, Manitoba on the strength of a 9-1 win over the 2017 champions from Team Ontario. And on the mound, Quebec starting pitcher Noémie Lapointe turned in a solid performance on going 5 2/3 innings, where she allowed just 1 run and 5 hits and 5 walks, with Sophie Gagné closing out the final inning and a third to bring the win home. Quebec had rebounded from following a 2-2 record in the round robin, finishing 4th out of 5 squads. And in the semis, Quebec bested Nova Scotia 7-4 in extra innings, with Dollard's Erica Ahad's pitching performance being the key to the win. And that earned her Player of the Game honors for the semis for her 9 strikeouts to 1 walk performance on 168 pitches.
Wow.
Yeah, she was throwing 168. Erica was also selected to the tournament all-star squad along with Lac St. Louis teammate Senna Catterall. So a good performance by Team Quebec out there in Manitoba.
All right, on the gridiron.
Yeah, tomorrow the 50th anniversary home opener for the Sunnybrook football program takes place as the action kicks off at 8 a.m. at Glenn McHugh Field, which is right opposite Marché de l'Ouest in Dollard. They've got the Tykes, the Adams, the Mosquitoes, and the Peewees. And the launch of the home campaign will be the homecoming game day. Sunnybrook's longtime rivals from the South Shore, the Greenfield Park Packers, will provide the competition. The Adam Chiefs will put their 2-0 record on the line against the Packers in a 9 a.m. contest. Second-year players quarterback Thomas Vergara, running back Juice McLaren-Desir, and wide receiver Kalik Williams have been leading the way for the Chiefs in those 2 wins. Up next will be the Mosquito Bears at 11 a.m. with James and Jamie Pierre-Louis, Matteo Vergara, and Dave Lika Bolombe playing key roles. And the Pee Wee Bombers are going to close out the day with a 1 p.m. game, as players to watch are Deandra Fraser-Allen and Yanis Kantas.
Very, very cool. I like that. That's a lot of fun. All right, elsewhere, the Canadian Open Junior Championships. What do you got?
The National Bank Canadian Open Junior Championships tournament gets underway tomorrow at Parc de la Rochelle in Rapagnier. So good short trip to go see some good tennis, and it'll conclude next Saturday with the finals. And among the Canadian contingent competing is 15-year-old Leila Annie Fernandez of Laval, and she's expected to be the tournament's 3rd seed in the girls' draw. The young sensation is coming off a great first half of the year, which saw her reach a career-high junior ranking of number 13 in the world, capture the title of the Grade A ITF tournament in Brazil, as well as reach the semifinals in the Junior French Open. Leila also made waves on the professional circuit, notably reaching the second round of the Granby Challenger, and that moved her up 100 spots in the WTA rankings. And just a few weeks ago, she reached the second round of qualifying at the Rogers Cup right here in Montreal. She won pre-qualifying tournament, defeating a number of Canadian players in the process.
Very, very cool. Yeah, I want this lady in studio. That's quite an accomplishment, or quite the accomplishments, I should say. On the hockey side, Mark, what do we got tomorrow?
Yeah, we got a championship game that's going to be a fundraiser wrapping up the summer series tomorrow at 3 p.m. on the ice of College Notre Dame. The Ligue Fédérale des As, the LFA, will hold their summer final featuring the Shamrocks Hockey Club taking on the Rhinos. And it's no mere final for the popular adult league, but it will also feature the slap hockey program from Sun Youth taking to the ice from 1 to 3 p.m., with several LFA players taking part in the 2 p.m. session. And over the past several seasons, LFA has donated to Sun Youth through a variety of fundraisers. And in 2017, they presented a check to Slap Hockey's efforts for $8,225. And the LFA's social involvement is marked by their charitable work with organizations such as Sun Youth and the Montreal Canadiens Children's Foundation, as well as several others. So they'll be out there playing for the Cup, but also raising money for good causes.
Mark, thank you as always, my friend.
My pleasure. And I will be listening to see if you guys match my list. I've got Cornway, Bello Lafleur, Harvey Robinson, Roy and Nets, and Bowman behind the bench.
All right, don't give Dave any ideas. He's clueless, so we don't want to help him.
Don't need any of those players.
You guys have been ganging up on him. I'm going to have to come in with my referee whistle there and call it unsportsmanlike.
He is a referee. That is true. Thanks so much, Mark.
Have a great one.
All right, Lidlines on Twitter, by the way, if you want to follow Mark there. It is Weekend Game Plan, Habs all-time draft coming up after your John Still Sports Center update. Don't miss it.